Great. Hey, welcome. So
Welcome
this is
back.
the thing, huh? I'm going to be editing every other episode. This is the new decree.
Decree?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You're like, oh, maybe I think it's your turn to record. All right. I mean, my turn to edit.
Yeah. And
Okay.
you have a problem with that?
Well, 3 seasons in, 30 episodes in on the third season. It's just a crazy change. I'm not sure if our listeners are prepared for this.
Yeah, I guess that's the kind of thing we need to do though, is to shake it up for them third season, Try
Well,
things a little bit different.
yeah, this is like almost like as if we killed off a main character, you know what I mean? Like there's a real consistency to you editing, so I just feel
Well,
like
we killed off half a main character.
yeah. Yeah, it's
So
almost worse because we mangled one of the
so
main characters.
instead of all of the podcasts, I'm editing half of them in
Yeah.
theory. But even
We'll
so,
see.
yeah, we'll see.
We'll see what happens. See what job I do.
How suspenseful this is.
I know. We're setting up some cliffhangers for this third season, mixing it up.
It's funny, you're always picking this lighting that makes you look so dark and evil.
Yeah, because I'm the villain on this show. Clearly.
Like your back is soaked in light, but your front is not.
I don't know what to do. I tried actually closing the curtains and it's not helping because that room is soaked in light, but the kitchen's not.
That's a closed curtain right there?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I guess the sun's just like hitting it right in the middle.
Oh, that one's not closed. I fucked up. Never mind.
They're both just like shining bright.
Yeah.
Shine bright.
We should try and record it at 9 a.m. again.
Yeah, that was fun. I'm like more tired now. I could really use the Zabbazeen.
I just had one.
A traditional?
Not a true Zab.
Just
a virgin Zabbazeen.
A virgin Zabbazeen.
Yeah, just an espresso.
That's a fun update. We should tell people.
Yeah. So flour and oat. You look tired. You really could use a virgin Zabbazeen. Sacrifice a virgin. Come on. What are we doing here?
We should actually make the virgin Zabbazeen. It should not have espresso.
It's just Sambuca?
It's just Sambuca.
That's funny.
But we call it a virgin Zabbazeen.
What do you call this then? Just an espresso?
I guess it's funny either way, but it's just unique to say the thing that's just alcohol is called a virgin Zabbazeen. I guess it would be a virgin espresso.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'll take a virgin espresso.
As if an espresso is like not the normal way to get something like that. I just conditioned. I condition once a week. I'm still in my bathrobe. It's nice. I feel loose. Feel free.
Are you nude underneath?
Yeah, butt naked.
You're butt naked for this podcast?
I'm butt naked for you.
Butt naked? Dude, that's crazy. It is so funny though. Like I have like 3 layers on. Not even layers. I'm pretty close to butt naked.
That's you and me. I strip my clothes off and you put more on as the year goes by.
Yeah. But we didn't even talk about the thing that we were just said that we were going to talk about, which was the Zabbazeen.
Right. What about it?
So our Flower and Oak, a business in Staten Island that makes great food.
It's a business.
Forward.
Not only is it a business, it's a restaurant.
Pizza forward, but really good Italian dishes and drinks and great cocktails. And they have a dessert menu. And if you look now, the dessert menu will have a Zabbazeen on it. Our good friend Ryan McGinley put on the Zabbazeen.
Did you text me? You were like, "Can you just do this?" I mean, I love that.
We talked about it like a year, like months and months ago before the quarantine, like around like January. And I said like I wanted to surprise you with the Zabbazeen, and then they get hit with closures because of everything, so he couldn't do it. And so I reminded him recently, and I was just like, I'm just going to show Joe the conversation.
Right.
And he was asking me like, how do you spell it? Is it like 1 B or 2 for Zabbazeen? Which I said 2 B's.
Yeah. I'm gonna look up that spelling because that'll be the official one. I bet we can get Marie's to do it too, to add it to the menu.
That's funny too. If people keep being like, well, this Zabbazeen cocktail is really blowing up.
Yeah.
What is this Zabbazeen? Really, a taste of Italy.
So
we should really. The next step would be to get the virgin Zabbazeen.
I do want to go there and order a virgin Zabbazeen.
It's really fun, and then it just says bartender's choice. Like if it's just Sambuca or coffee, espresso.
How are you enjoying your break so far? We're a little off from work right now.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
The world is incredible.
You have so much time to like edit podcasts, probably.
I don't.
You
I've
don't?
been working on a new record,
Man,
so
yeah.
I'm like been
Oh yeah,
playing Muse,
that sucks.
and then I gotta go to Sal's. I'm moderating something with Sal.
Yeah,
You
I'm
gonna
gonna
go?
come by. I'm gonna come by tonight. I'm gonna hang.
Hell yeah,
Yeah, it'll be fun.
old times.
Um,
I
what
have
else?
James Murray's wedding coming up.
Okay, is that this week?
I can't say. I mean, I don't want to give it away in case
Who
any
knows when
of
we
our
recorded this?
listeners are obsessed with James Murray and they want to crash a wedding in an undisclosed location.
Okay, so it's
But
this week. Got it.
it's my first COVID wedding.
Hopefully, you're only. Hopefully, by the time my wedding comes around, we're like, remember that stupid thing? Haha.
It's so fun.
Yeah,
I wonder if Jenny has started her officiant speech.
she's been taking notes. She's nervous about it. I know that much.
Yeah.
But she is taking notes. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I was just on Danny Green's podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Tuba Talk. And
Mm-hmm.
they don't talk about tubas. It's him and Adam Stone.
Funny.
It was insane because Adam Stone was late. Then when he got in there, his children started going insane. So he left
What
within
were
like
they
5 minutes. So it was I just heard them off screen, and he was like,
Oh,
Ezra, calm down. And then he left, and it was just me and Danny Green hanging out like
that's
we
so
do
fun.
already every morning. But he actually like runs these things like a tight ship. These podcasts. He sent
What
me a
does he do
rundown.
different than us? What does he do
He
differently?
pre-produces them. He pre-produces them. Like he'll talk with Adam about what the episode should be about. He sent me a rundown of topics, and I was like, "Whoa,
Wait, of topics? Can
yeah."
we do
Like
his? Can we do that podcast right now?
yeah, yeah.
Can we use that rundown?
Because I was going to ask you one of the questions from it because I'm
Oh,
curious.
please,
You know
please.
my answer, I think. Like the topic was dreams. You know what we should do is just ask him to send us all his old rundowns, and we'll just do.
Oh, that's genius. That's so funny.
So I mean, it even says like dreams episode. Danny introduces Joe, and the two of them are working on a screenplay. Like he talks about like
That's crazy though, because you hate talking about dreams.
I hate. Well, he meant dreams. Like the real question is like, what was your
Like
dream
goals?
as a kid? What was as a kid? Yeah, what was your dream?
Dream job.
Yeah, whatever it could be.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Like these are my dreams.
Did you want to be an astronaut? What were your dreams as a kid? Because you know mine was just to have a girlfriend and to be a rock star, and I've accomplished my dreams.
It's true. Wow. Oh my God. Pretty soon you're not gonna have a girlfriend though.
I know.
You're gonna have to have a side piece.
I will have to pick up a mistress.
My dreams were. I think it was actually like when I was a kid, I wanted to be on SNL.
Really? I did not know
Yeah.
that. I remember when he sent me the rundown, I was like, I don't know any of Casey's dreams. That's so interesting. Why SNL? Did your brother?
I think no. I loved Chris Farley, and I wanted to be like Chris Farley.
Wow, that's so cool.
At a young age.
I had no idea.
But I don't know if it was truly like I wanted to be on SNL. I just remember people telling me that I should be on SNL, and I kind of remember always like I found the Farrell shirt, and it was signed by kids in my grade. Like a last day of school at high school, everyone writes on their shirts.
Yeah.
And somebody wrote, "See you on Comedy Central, bro." And I was like,
wow.
"Oh, cool, that's fun."
That
and then
somebody else came true, right? You've been on Comedy Central, like at least social media. You've been on the actual network too, right?
And like Inside Amy Schumer and some other things. And then somebody wrote, "You should be on SNL" or something like that, which is funny too.
You've been to SNL.
That's right.
So I mean,
but I mean, like, of course, if they were like, "Here's the job," I'd be like, "Oh, okay, sure, yes."
Right,
but
right.
It's not really a thing that I would want, knowing the job.
I feel like you would be auditioning more often for it if you wanted to. I feel like you could at least audition.
Yeah, there was years ago that I think I put in a tape, but it didn't. I also was kind of weird. I felt weird about it.
Feels weird, right?
Like, I'm really like aware of nepotism, and I think it's like I'd rather just let it be his thing.
Mm-hmm. It's very kind of you. Just let it be Colin's thing.
Because but there's two sides of that. Like, let's say I did show up and I was really bad, or if I showed up and I was really good.
It's true. Either way,
it
sucks. Yeah.
Yeah. I got to edit something for SNL's Instagram, so it's sort of like being on
that's
SNL.
True.
I'm Chris Farley. But other dreams were, I didn't want to be like an astronaut. I might have wanted to be a firefighter. Just because the family business.
The business, just like restaurant, just like that small business in Staten Island. You keep referring to things as business.
The fire department business.
Well, you run your own business, Grandpa Shrimp.
That's true. Yeah, I guess I don't know. Yeah, good question. I don't know what my dreams were. I wanted a house as a
Okay.
kid.
Okay.
Like I
That's a
wanted
funny
my own
dream.
house. And now
I
I don't even have a house.
I know. You own a place.
I went to my brother's new house and uh I was like, "Oh my God, this is so much work." Like I was
Yeah.
just thinking about like if you get a house and there's a lot of grass, you either have to like cut that grass and like do landscaping or hire someone, and that's a
Right.
lot.
Right.
Like in a building, it's shared between like all these units, and it's not that much landscaping to begin with.
Sure. But there's maintenance fees.
Yeah. But that goes into it. That's split between an entire building, and there's a lot, but it's also like there's not that much grass, and they also do a bad job. So it's
Can you
I
offer
don't.
to cut the grass for the building?
We don't even have grass to cut. It would be like, you know, feeding plants and
But could
like
you offer?
watering.
Could you be like, I'm not going to pay the maintenance fee. Let me do it. I'm pretty handy. Could you like? Could you tell
I
them
bet
that?
you. I bet you. I mean, I might be able to like scambone a contract and pretend to be
Like a
the
contractor?
lawn doctor,
Yeah.
you know, but I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But it would be weird because they'd be like, "Why are you doing it?" And I'd be like, "It's my job." That'd be cool. And
I
I
just
would tell them I'm giving them a deal. More people should do that in their buildings.
yeah, just pretend you're lawn doctors.
If I were a little bit more handsy, I would want to be
I think you're plenty handsy.
I'd like to be a super
Yeah,
in my own building, but they don't really want you to do that in your own building. I don't think.
because
Conflict of interest.
yeah, I mean, yeah, you would probably like either spend too much money or not spend enough money.
Oh no, I just thought like, you know what I mean? It's like, what if I do a bad job and the building wants to like fire me and I live here?
Right. It's awkward. Okay, I see.
Yeah,
That's
a
true.
conflict of interest.
Mm-hmm. All right, so those are your dreams, to
Okay.
be a super and to be on SNL.
That would be great.
Has anyone?
Apple Store is my like adult dream
Oh, that's true. Has
to
anyone
work
crushed
there.
your dream as a kid?
Um,
Like for
no,
me, my girlfriend dream was crushed by the first girl I asked on a date. She said yes, and then later in the same day, she said someone to tell me that she changed her mind. No, no, Paula will not go ice skating with you. Paula,
that's
that's the
cute.
way.
Paula was your
The skater
first
named
crush.
Paula. It wasn't my first crush. It was the first girl I asked out though.
They were definitely like I remember being
I
very
love that I'm
young.
just stealing this material from this other podcast too. These are my
I
answers.
know. Like when you
If you
first
want to
started
hear
talking,
me,
I was like, "Oh, this is good." Like our listeners might go over to their podcast and listen to your episode. But now if you're just going to talk about what you
I'll stop
did,
giving my answers then, so that they can go
yeah,
listen. Okay.
unless it's really juicy, like a Paula
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I was in love with a girl named Amanda in like all the boys were in like fourth grade or whatever, and I was like, I want to marry her, but I never made any moves.
Did she crush any of your dreams though? Did another boy crush your dream?
I mean, there was heartbreak in my life, but I can't say that it was like a dream. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I guess technically Colin broke my
He
SNL
crushed
dream.
your dreams. Yeah, your brother crushed those dreams. Did your parents crush your dreams about owning a house? Did they talk you out of it? The niece
No,
that crushed your dream, she wanted to stay in the city.
no, I think I crushed my own dreams.
Wow, dream crusher.
I crushed Camel Crusher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
What's
I
that?
don't
What's
know.
camel crusher? I
You
just
remember the
went with
Camel
that.
Crush?
Oh
The Camel
yeah, the
Crush
cigarette.
cigarettes?
The cigarette.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cigarette. Conflict of cigarette. And it was yeah, I don't know. I guess I still might own a house one day.
Yeah.
But it's weird because it's not the dream. It's like a settling thing. I'll
Owning a
settle for a
house.
house.
I'll settle for a house, but I dream to be an SNL. You never know. When Colin leaves, there's gonna be a wide open.
Yeah, for like a late 30s-year-old
Yeah,
gray guy.
hey, I think that they hire too young. They need to mix it up a bit.
That's true.
There's
Yeah, I don't
ageism.
know. Do you ever feel sometimes like I think there were times that you were maybe interested in stand up and stuff, but you don't it's not really
Me
like
personally,
yeah, and it's not a huge interest for you.
I I guess I'm more go with the flow. I enjoy performing. Period. So I feel comfortable with music, but if I have an opportunity to be on stage with someone, I'll take it. because
But
I like it. I like a challenge. I like being like
right.
go up there and try and do something. But I don't think I would do it on my own.
But you're more driven to play music than you are to perform like
Yeah,
stand-up.
but I haven't played much music this whole break. I haven't really.
Oh,
made
of course. But I'm just you take this year out of it. But just if you look at your like if you're talking about
if I look at the
drive,
reason that I like didn't get a real job after college, all that, it was so I could pursue music. Yeah.
yeah. So you probably had drive, and you probably will continue to like when venues come back, like to play music and Bueno to do shows, right?
We're gonna actually try and do one in a couple of weeks in Laura Williams'
Cool.
backyard.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
That's
outdoors. Great. Just see what happens. Without
they have
practicing.
like a little stage, right?
Yeah,
that's
I
cute.
think it'll be kind of fun. I guess since I'm editing them, you should probably record a song about your dreams for the podcast. Since I'm editing it, isn't that usually how it's gone in the past?
But hold on, what is this? No, it's usually not. Or I go, you have to do this thing. But maybe it is. Maybe it is.
You definitely did. You definitely have always been the one to tell me to make a song. So I'm just
all right.
Going
What's
on
the song, Joe?
Write about your dreams.
It's a song about my dreams.
Yeah.
And then, but we've already discussed my dreams.
Yeah, but now I want you to put it in dream form.
Okay. Okay.
Dream
so
form.
I wrote that.
Form.
This is great. All right. So I wrote the song, and you have to edit it and put it in right here.
One take, only one take. Yeah, I'm gonna take this song so seriously, and I don't wanna do it. I wanna do it real, and Joe and Virgil has to edit this into the podcast. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take it so seriously. I'm gonna write a real song, cause Joe told me to write a song. Yeah, my name is Casey, and I'm here today, and I don't really care about the song, but I told Joe that I would make one, so I really made one. Joe, you gotta edit this into the podcast. Ha ha! I win again.
Here you go, folks listening. Hope you enjoyed that.
I regret actually because now I have to go look for it and I have to edit it. And that was a mistake. I just gave myself more work.
I know. That's why I got excited for it.
So stupid. This is gonna be really annoying now.
I know, and also I'm telling you, my song is really dumb.
Well, good. So mine have always been dumb.
Yeah, mine's real dumb.
Plus, I gotta wait for you to put the song. Oh, this is what a move. What a bonehead move.
I'll jizz it out fast.
What a rookie mistake.
I know. This is your. You've probably edited like 4 or 5 podcasts in the. How many have we had?
It's just that I like so quick to delete the file because I don't want all that stuff taking up space. So then I have to start. This is boring talk for listeners, but it is tedious because I don't do it often enough. I haven't set myself up to do it efficiently.
So I've edited 164 podcasts.
Wow. Good for you. You should be proud. I feel like you should keep going. Why stop now?
Oh my God, you convinced me. You convinced me.
Good.
There's also something nice that I'm not editing it. I feel like I'm more of a guest on my own podcast.
Tell me about it. That's how.
And it's a nice feeling. It's nice. Wait, so hit me with more of the agenda, the Danny Green agenda.
Oh, I mean the rundown. I don't want to give away this whole episode, but
well, you could ask me these things. So I'm on Danny Green.
Who crushed your dreams? Who's been your dream girl other than your wife? Who was like?
I talked about Amanda. There was another girl that I liked in like 7th and 8th
celebrity
grade.
too, I guess.
Oh,
I mean, whatever,
I guess I used to like Amanda Seyfried, but as a kid I liked Jenny McCarthy, and I told Lisa that, and she was like, "Oh, fucking of course."
That's such a funny.
That's not like a cool take.
No, that's good though. It's classic kid crush,
Yeah, like it's a kid being like Pamela Anderson.
Right. Oh, I guess I had a crush on her.
I'm trying to think if there were other, like as a young lad,
as a youngster.
There was definitely like girls I liked that. Yeah, there was definitely like girls on the swim team, or other swim teams that we'd swim against. And that's really weird because like you see them in a bathing suit. You know what I mean?
It's not a sexy bathing suit. It's a very aerodynamic, hydrodynamic, I guess you would say.
But at that age, and it's like, you know what I mean? And I'm in basically like a thong.
Yeah. So it's even. You guys are even.
It's worse for the guy. I'm in
Yeah.
a Speedo,
Yeah.
I look horrible, and I'm like showing her everything.
Surfboard groin when it's cold, you know.
What?
Surfboard groin. Like,
Is this a new band you're in?
no, like surfboard. When they refer to a woman as a surfboard, but for the man, it's like if it's just if you have shrinkage, you know. Is this not making sense?
No, I never heard of that.
I don't know if it's. I made that part up.
Surfboard, like meaning like a girl is like flat or something.
Yeah, you never heard of surfboard? Someone being called a surfboard?
No, I know
Really?
that when Beyonce says
I think that she's
riding
referring
on
to
my
that.
surfboard. Oh, what?
Isn't she talking about
Being flat chested?
someone else being flat chested? I don't know the lyrics.
No.
What are the lyrics to that song?
It's about sex. It's about her and Jay-Z having sex, being drunk and having sex.
Why surfboard? She's
Riding on
surfing
my
him?
surfboard, grinding on that wood.
I know this is an unpopular take, but I'm kind of over Beyonce a little bit. I
Why?
feel like
That's
she's
not
been
nice.
played out for me. Why is it not nice? Anyone can be over an artist.
I know, but she's like, now that she's like in her late 30s, you're like suddenly like, I'm not interested. That's just classic.
I'm just sort of like, I don't know. She's overplayed for me. I'm not excited to hear any of her songs.
Oh my God, that sucks.
Why does it? Who cares? Who cares about it? You know, it's like the same with
I
like
just think that
Radiohead. I don't like really feel like listening to them a lot. Like I don't.
That sucks too, I guess.
Why? They're not hurting for me.
I just think like that's the natural
I
progression.
think Beyonce needs my support.
Yeah, I do.
Really, she's not doing.
I just think a lot of times around this like artists that get to this level and like have been around this long, people lose interest in them. That's like kind of the cliche, the classic thing that happens.
So you think I'm indicative of the mainstream audience that Beyonce is suffering without me wanting to hear?
I wouldn't say don't even put why bring suffering into it. I just think the point is that I think like when artists get to this place, it's harder for them to do it, and then they can't experiment as much because they're like, oh shit, I have to hold on to some version of my following. Whereas she's always kind of pushed the limits, like while staying. She's very avant-garde, while also staying in the pop sphere.
All right, maybe should we put a poll up again? Because we put a poll up last time.
That's on you, bro.
What would the poll say? Are we over Beyonce, or does Beyonce still need our support? Maybe.
Maybe that's it, because that doesn't lead with a negative.
Yeah. Does Beyonce still need our support?
Does Beyonce need our support? That's funny. Like it's something that I think our listeners wouldn't care much about, but I don't know. I don't know who our listeners are.
I have no idea, but the results
I
from the poll.
have no idea.
The poll last time we put up was, and you could tell that a lot of them had not listened to the episode because they were like, "What is this about?" But
it wasn't out yet.
100, maybe that was it.
Before we put it down.
144 votes. We put this up on September 11th. We put up this poll.
We did?
Yeah.
We did?
Yeah, the evening of September 11th.
No.
The evening of September 11th, we put on Twitter, would you rather step in dog shit barefoot or wearing shoes?
We did?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, no. My mommy's going to be mad.
And it's like very even in a way. Not even, but I should say like very round numbers. 25% said barefoot and 75% said shoes. So, you and I are in the minority there.
Finally.
Yeah.
Been the majority all my life for everything.
I know.
No, I don't know. I really like Beyonce, and I think that she does push the limits. And I
know that it's an unpopular opinion. I'm saying that, knowing that,
nobody can pull off her songs. Like I like Rihanna too, but I think there's a lot of artists that can do Rihanna's style. Although she does have like an edge to her that only Rihanna can kind of pull off. But like on a vocal level and a song level, I think like Ariana Grande or whoever else can do Rihanna songs. But Beyonce songs are really unique.
I guess, but Beyonce songs, I know, again, unpopular opinion, they're kind of one and doneers for me. I'm like, I don't feel like listening to them often again.
Like what? Like what are some that you're like?
Crazy in Love, Put a Ring on It, Drunk in Love. I like Destiny's Child. I feel like they're a little more listenable in a way because it's so like simple that I'm like, I don't know.
I didn't take you as so basic.
You think I'm basic?
You're saying it's simple. You're like, you like it simple. like a bass.
I don't know. There's a simplicity, a purity to that music, you know.
Yeah, no, I think it's great too. I think it's awesome. I think that stuff's really complex, actually, not simple. You know, like
yeah, I guess it's
Bill has
hidden
like some
complexity.
really cool. I mean, her whole catalog it has these moments where you're like, oh my god, I can't believe she pulled this off, or like this song's weird. Ring the alarm. That's weird.
It's just if I have to hear those horns from Crazy in Love again, I'm just over the horns. I don't know. It's just like not for me.
Well,
Not
that's
for,
like her.
it's not-
That's
I
like
get
her
it. It's
biggest
okay.
song. But you got to go to the deep cuts, bro.
What's a deep cut?
I don't know, like that. You know, any song that's not a hit, like a hit off the albums. You know, Get Me Bodied. That was kind of a hit, but it's really good.
No, I don't know.
Those
That one.
beats. Get me
All right,
body.
yeah.
Gonna be myself and you're gonna get me bodied. Gonna be myself and It's good.
Get Me
It's got
Bodied.
good. You wrote it down?
Yeah, I've been
All right,
taking
what's
notes
next?
because I'm okay. Do you have any dreams? Do you have any dreams for your kids? And I guess in this case, your kids would be your grandma,
Granny.
Granny.
My dog.
Her full name isn't Grandma.
No.
It's Granny. Okay.
We liked the name Grandma, but then it didn't feel right for her. And so we left it and we went to some other different names. We went to like Miko. We went to a bunch of different names. We went to Franny. And then we were like, no, that's not exactly right. Then we were like, Granny.
Mm-hmm.
So Franny got us there. And then we were like, Granny works. That just feels right. Granny, it's sweet. And that's what stuck. So we wanted Grandma, like, because of like, we also liked Nana, like Peter Pan, but we also didn't want it to be exactly that.
Do you have any dreams for Granny?
I dream that she'll be a chill dog that I could take anywhere and is just like really go with the flow.
Mm-hmm.
But that's almost more so my dream for her.
Do you watch her dream? Does she twitch and have her eyes closed dreaming?
Yes, she does twitch. It's cute.
Yeah.
My dream is that she has a good life and doesn't like get diarrhea.
Yeah.
And doesn't have stomach problems. What's that?
It's diabetes and diarrhea at the same time.
Oh yeah.
At the same time.
I hope she doesn't get diabetes. I hope that she gets enough exercise no matter what. You know what I mean? Like I hope I continue to be a good owner
so
for
really,
her.
The dreams about you for her, just making sure you raise her right.
No, I mean like it's like I hope that I could be the dream owner for her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's not really for me; it's for her. Like before, I was saying I hope she's a good girl, but that's for me. I hope I'm a good boy.
I raised Miles. I don't know if there's any choice in the cat sometimes, but like he is a hungry boy. And I just realized he's a little bit obese. Like it just kind of dawned on me that like he looks like a big boy, and I'm trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah, what do you do?
I don't know. He's ODing on food.
He is?
A little bit. He just loves it. You know, every time I walk through the front door, even if it's just to get mail, he's just like associates that with being fed. Because a lot of times I come home from being away all day and I'll feed him once I get in.
Oh, so he'll like misbehave until you feed him?
He it's weird misbehaving with a cat is like, well, there he goes. He's rubbing on the mic.
That fat fuck.
Yeah. He's a little fat boy.
That was cute though. I like that.
He's trying to seduce me into feeding him. Like he's rubbing.
Really?
Yeah. And he's also on the counter, which he knows I don't like, but I know that he does it when I'm not around. And I've just cleaned the counter now when I'm using it. Yeah, they're cunning creatures, these things.
Yes.
He shit the other day and like it got caught in his fur and he was like rubbing his butt on the floor. And I don't know.
So cunning. Wow. So cunning.
It's a really cunning move of his. I guess that was unrelated to the cunningness.
What a cunt, you know?
Yeah,
it's like a person who's cunning is a real cunt.
A cunning cat is a cunt. What other questions here? Do you have a recurring sleep dream? Boring.
Mm-hmm. I have I dream and the location is Farrell often. That's I had funny. A dream recently where Mr. Manal, whose name I didn't even remember in the dream, I had to like ask people afterward.
Our old Dean dream.
Our old Dean dream. Our Dean was in because he was also an ex-cop, and he was teaching the students, and then a bunch of like assassins kept coming in to try to kill him, and he had to like kill them and protect us. And
I
he
don't
was
remember.
kicking ass. He was like John Wick.
I don't remember what it was he was referring to, but he was talking about autopsies for some reason,
Yeah.
and something like that, and about how they would like cut the face open and pull it down. He's like, and it looks like a bunch of peach pulp under there. He just kept
Yes.
pulling up peachy pulp.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's true. It does.
He'd also say things even back then, like just like the media is full of bullshit. It's all bullshit. Everything
Yeah.
they tell is sensational and it's completely fabricated. Like he was basically like on the fake news train a really long time ago.
Yeah,
He was
I know.
like, think for yourself.
I guess that stuff has always been around.
I mean,
He's
it's
like, think for yourself,
true.
but he was also like, but also Bush is the best president. Reagan is the best thing that's ever happened to this country. So
right. He also
he definitely had beliefs.
he basically, and this is true, I believe, it's that like he thinks cable news is bullshit, which I get. Like you don't need to have news on all day long.
Yeah.
You know, they're just trying to fill the fucking time.
What a
with shit.
dreamy dean.
He was a dream.
But he's the one. I don't stay in touch with him as much as Mr. Cummings. I haven't talked to him in all.
Or Mr. Bez.
Yeah.
He was definitely like third place in terms of my heart.
Yeah, I agree.
But I liked him. You know, he was an easy dean. He'd want to get out of there.
The main dean. Yeah, main dean. Yeah.
Yeah. So Mr. Bez and Mr. Cummings would keep you the longest in detention. Although Bez sometimes would be like, yeah, everyone can go. Manal would be like, it was a 20-minute detention. It was great.
They used to do this thing too, where they'd let the seniors out first.
Yes.
And then they would wait for the train to come by. And once the trains went by, then they would let everyone out because they knew they'd have to wait like a full cycle for the trains to come again.
Manal, I do remember sometimes Manal would keep us long. And I think they'd all do this. But they do this thing where they'd see the train go by and be like, oh, looks like you guys missed that one.
Yeah, I know.
Shut up.
They used to really fuck with us.
Maybe if you gentlemen will shut up, you get the next one.
That's true.
It was great.
You're right. I do love that. It's funny. I see them making their job more interesting and having fun with it. Like that's how I look at it.
Mr. Mizzy, up. Stand up.
I'm sleeping.
What do you have in your bag? You know,
yeah.
Playing with a calculator. You know?
The weird thing about detention is you weren't allowed to do anything. You weren't even allowed to sleep. You weren't allowed to read.
I know. But people would sit in the back and roll joints.
I know.
that was definitely a thing I saw.
And then they would do the crossword up front. You probably had to wait till they finished the crossword to go. That's probably what it was.
That sucks so much for the dean. To stay in school.
They must get overtime. I don't know.
It's really shitty. I kind of remember one time
for them.
I think I remember one time Mr. Tedeschi had to fill in, and that was funny.
Oh, I'm sure. He was our guidance counselor, but he was like a real goofball, like Star Wars nerd.
But here's the funny thing about him was like freshman year, everyone was like, yo, who is this Mr. Tedeschi guy? He's so cool. Like he likes Star Wars and like he's like you know what I mean? He's like really cool. And then as soon as you finish that year, you're like, that guy's the lamest man I've ever seen in my entire life. Isn't that interesting? Like it's so weird. Like he relates to me, and then you're immediately like, why does that guy try to relate to me?
Yeah.
What's wrong with him? Like he becomes so jaded.
His whole role seemed to be just making freshmen feel comfortable freshman year. I think that was all it was. Just being this almost like sweetheart. He was, but I know what you mean. It was all like
I'm back around at being like he was great. But I remember like after that you'd be like, oh, you know. And I also remember like he would connect to freshmen, and then I think I even like sophomore year was like, hey, Mr. Tedeschi, and he'd be like, hi. Like he just didn't have time for me.
Yeah, I know. It's funny.
Who were the other guidance counselors? Well, there was that one guy who was
Curly.
Who was Mr. Curly?
He had a funnier, wackier name than he was. So I'm like, oh, Mr. Curly, and then you meet him.
Did he have blonde hair?
No, he had a goatee and dark hair.
Was he mean?
I feel like he was kind of bland, actually.
I don't remember Mr. Curly. Was Father Maschietto was a sophomore.
Junior year.
Junior?
Father Mosh, yeah.
He was great.
I liked him.
My aunt had Father Mosh, and he used to smoke cigarettes in class.
That's like, fucking great.
He'd stand by the window and smoke cigarettes at Moore Catholic. And then senior year, we had that guy, DiPietro, and he was bad. I think he was bad. Our good friend Jenny Pecora,
his whole thing was
guidance counselor, and she's like gets kids into school and stuff, right?
Well, that was his goal to get you into school.
He was not good at.
I thought he did a good job. I got into college, and he helped streamline it for me. Did you have
fine? I don't
I don't know. I
remember.
don't know about you.
I
mean,
really don't. I'm
My
talking
grades
shit. I
are
don't.
pretty good. So,
He didn't force me to go to school. I should have worked so much harder, like even just to try to get into
I don't know.
college.
Did it matter for you?
No,
Right.
I had a good time.
Here's another question. What's your dream for this podcast?
Oh my God. I never edit ever again.
Uh-huh. Well, good luck with that.
And, two new hosts.
Uh-huh. 2 replacement hosts. I wonder if anyone would notice if we just had different hosts.
We just have like Yoni and
I ran into Yoni in the park yesterday biking. I love Prospect Park. I was trying out my new clipless pedals, and he rolls up next to me in this crazy getup, wearing like full tights, but he realized his penis was showing, so he put on these like costume shorts. They were like gold costume shorts. He looked so great. Anyway,
best.
Yoni would replace.
I think Yoni and Chris Vert.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see what happens. Let's hire them.
It's funny to ask them both to join the Zoom and do it, and we just like we hit record.
We have like connectivity issues, and like you guys just keep going.
That's a good idea. We should do that and see what.
I wonder if we can catfish someone into like 2 people into hosting this. So you don't want to do the podcast anymore?
No, I like doing it.
Okay.
If it's splitting up editing is nice. Also, my schedule was just so crazy in those weeks that we were taking breaks, and then yeah, but
it's different. I don't like Zooming. I'd rather be face to face with you after work.
I know. It's a tough time. It's a tough world.
Yeah.
Well, actually, now that we're off from work, I feel that more inclined to do it 1 hour Zoom. But with work being like on Zoom all day, I'm not like itching to come back to Zoom to talk to you.
Sit in front of it. I agree.
I was almost like sometimes like, can we just record our writer's room and be like, that's an episode?
Maybe we should.
I don't think people would want that.
No,
I don't think
right.
James would want that.
I think he would.
But for our YouTubers, check this out, folks. I put up 2 guitars you can't see because of this.
Right. Great. There you go.
Boom.
So there's incentive for you if you want to see Casey's wall to watch this on YouTube. I can't believe I got a double. That's the worst part about all this is putting it on YouTube too.
It's actually it actually made it a little easier because I edited in iMovie, and then I export the video, and then I with QuickTime I make it audio only. So then I get that file, and then so I have both files right there.
Why didn't you tell me this?
I don't know. I thought you were doing it.
Oh God.
You've only edited one. Tell you this. You did 1 podcast.
Yeah, you really just threw me in the deep end. Go and edit a podcast. I don't know what I'm doing. And that one came out weird, I thought. I feel like it's not a smooth edit. I don't know.
It's my dream job right here.
Yeah.
I'm a little chubby, Joe.
Oh, yeah, it's quarantine. Quarantinis.
But I've been moving around so much more with the dog. But I think
but you know,
I've been off like the strictness of my thing is I drink all the time.
Yeah.
I drink alcohol, Joe.
That'll do it. Well, that's why I'm glad the gym's open again. I've been riding my bike a lot. I don't know that I'm losing weight, but I don't feel bad about my body too much.
Are you drinking every single night of your life?
Not really, no. I don't think so. I've
been drinking every single night of my life.
I definitely don't drink every single night of my life. But I did receive a bong as a gift from a fan of Joker's.
Have you used it?
I haven't used it, but Allie's not a big fan of it because she thinks it makes the place look like a dorm room. So
it does.
I'm thinking of putting some flowers in it for her and like using it as a vase.
That's very funny.
Yeah.
But it does make the apartment.
Oh, I know. I don't disagree, but it's also like, it's funny. I think it's a conversation piece because it'll never be used.
But it's not worth it.
It's $250.
I know. That has nothing to do with it.
I don't know. There's part of me that's like, I don't know. There's something about that. I mean, it's a value a little bit. I don't know.
But you guys don't even have people over that much.
Well, now we have a reason to.
But when you have, but when someone comes over, it's you want to have the same conversation over and over again about the bong.
No, but it's still a conversation piece.
Actually, I don't like a conversation piece in general.
What do you like?
I don't like the fact that like with certain things I have to have the same conversation.
Put up another poll. Do you like a conversation piece in your apartment?
But do you know what I mean? Like I like a thing that I hate in general is like rehashing the same conversation over and over.
Oh yeah, I don't love it. But you gotta get better at telling the story, I guess. Make it a fun thing for you to tell.
Oh, that's gross. I find that gross
Why?
because it's just so self-indulgent. Of like, here's my story about my bong, and let me tell you, folks.
There's more stories than just
Well,
bong
here's how it
stories.
started.
There's barely a story with this bong yet, you know. But when you put the flowers in it, then it becomes a story.
Do I tell the same stories over and over? You wouldn't remember. You wouldn't even know.
I don't know that you do. I don't think so. I do, but it's because I'm telling it to different people. I don't want to, but when people ask about the Paul Schrader thing, I feel like I'm telling some of the same stories a lot. Because
No, I don't think of you as a person that rehashes stories like that.
Well,
Sometimes I like to hear. I
way.
like to hear yours. I like when our group of friends gets together and we retell stories.
Yeah,
Like
it
when
is
we,
fun.
if it's like something that Pat did, or
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean,
like a funny blowjob story or something. Like there's always something. There's always a funny story somewhere.
Pat always has funny times about when he blew someone.
Yeah, I love it.
Always
he tells it
funny.
different every time, but it's always really good.
But he does the whole movement and stuff.
Yeah, he actually
That's
does
fun.
it on each of us so that we feel like we were there.
Yeah, that's fun. That's why I like it. Every story should end with a beach.
Speaking of that,
What? What's this
our sponsor,
transition?
our sponsor on this episode.
Oh my
You know,
god.
he has dreams. He has dreams to defend you. Do you have
Wet
any
dreams.
Yeah.
Oh my god, stop,
Yes.
Casey.
What are you
Stop,
doing?
Joe.
Oh my god.
All right,
We-
now is actually we stop with the jokes and we get serious.
That's right. The wettest lawyer I know is Jody Sellers. He's sopping wet with justice. If justice was in liquid form, his body would be covered head to toe in it.
Yeah.
You know, every day he wakes up and he goes for a dip in a pool of justice, and he comes
Mhm.
out and he doesn't even dry off. He air dries in justice.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's how I think of him.
Call now. What's that number, Joe?
That number here is
Do it
770.
sexy. Do sexy voice. Do sexy voice.
That number, that hot, wet, justicey number is 770-415-9848.
48
770-415-9848.
9848.
That's
Call
it.
now. We're waiting.
Apparently,
Remember those commercials?
do we have shout outs to do? I don't even keep tabs of this. Are people fax him or something?
Yeah.
You mentioned something about that, but Jody, if you could just give us a consolidated list of who we're shouting out. I know, I think whatever you're working on, whoever's life is in your hands, can you put it aside for a second and just tell us who we need to shout out? Because we are not good record keepers. We don't have paralegals like you do.
I think I remember as a kid calling one of those like phone sex things as a joke with like my friend.
Just to talk to the operator?
Yeah, I know what we used to do. On rainy days at Great Kill Swim Club, we would go to the payphone and like sit there and call people. Or
Well, yeah, because you could 1-800 numbers were toll free, so you could call from a payphone. If you just dialed 1-800 and started guessing numbers, occasionally you'd get like a business or something, which is really fun. You could kind of call them.
here's a funny summer thing. At Great Kill Swim Club, somebody can call the swim club, and then over the loudspeaker, they would say like, "Phone call for Casey Jost."
Yes,
phone
that's right,
call
that's
for
right.
Casey Jost. And there was at one point there was like two different lines, and they would be like, "Phone call by the," like I forgot what they said, like phone call by the diving boards.
Yes.
Because there was like, but I loved when somebody would call you and they make that thing, you feel so popular. You're like,
Right.
oh my god!
And then
if
you're
it's like
walking
your mom,
through everyone, sort
and
of
you're like,
waving.
and someone would be like, they just called you.
I know.
That was a fun prank too. But the other thing,
to call someone from the payphone, or what was the prank?
you could call. That's what we would do that too. Sometimes we would call the swim club from the payphone that's in the swim club, which is separate.
To get the guy that's sitting next to you to go to the front desk.
Right. Sometimes, like, let's say, like me and Jeff are at Jeff Walker are at the swim club, and Lindsay Fisher calls us. We would both go to the two separate phones and be able to talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun too.
That's fun.
Yeah, there'd always be announcements like, "Casey Jost, there's a visitor at the front gate. Casey Jost, there's a visitor at the front gate." It was always that cadence to say it twice, and the second time is slightly different.
I know there was everything about Great Kills is like mac and cheese. It's just comfort, all that stuff.
It was open. My parents went
Oh,
a couple
nice.
times this summer. Not as much, but they went.
Yeah, I'm sure. You know, it's outdoors. There's a lot of chlorine in that pool. A lot
I
of
don't think
chlorine.
I don't think it kills the
It kills everything.
virus.
You don't think chlorine kills a virus? It's like bleach.
I read somewhere it doesn't.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it would. That's
Let's
what it
see.
exists for, to kill viri.
Chlorine pool. Considerations for public pools. Does chlorine kill coronavirus? It should kill the virus. That's what it says. Okay. However, if you're near the pool, yeah, I think it does. I'm wrong.
Of course, it's fucking chlorine.
Yeah.
That's why it's in our tap water. It kills everything. We were on Ellen.
Yeah. What the hell is that?
We were on Ellen. Ellen DeGeneres'
know.
18th season, and we were on it. I guess if you're a keen-eyed viewer, you can pause the screen and they show a bunch of people zooming in for the audience, and someone put us in it.
It's what's weird about that is it was a photo. It was like it was something from Jokers when me and Joe are shirtless with our friend Eric Lederman.
And then when
And-
Murray gets punished, cyberbullied, I think it's called.
But how did he find that photo so quickly, Pete?
Well, he directed the episode. I guess he knows. What do you
Yeah, I
mean?
guess so.
Does he still work on Ellen?
Yeah.
Oh, he went back there? It's funny.
Well, he's the one. I thought he was the one that was doing it. He said that he sent it to me, and he said he was bored.
It's so funny.
I assume that he works on it.
I love it, man. Well, maybe he just zoomed in. I don't know. Anyway,
Oh, that's funny.
if you see it, let us know.
Say something. Don't watch it though.
Yeah, don't watch it. Yeah, cut it off after that. I
don't
don't
really
really
care.
care for Ellen.
Yeah, I'm not into that shit. But
I think I might have met an angel or God the other day. I'm not
oh
sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
huh? God keeps coming up in my life.
I was biking back from Max's house. He's trying to help me find a nice wedding suit. He got a Tom Ford. It looked really good on me.
I thought you bought like crazy suit and shirts.
Yeah, I
Tailored.
thought so too.
What happened to them?
They're not quite weddingy,
Oh,
you
okay.
know. They're not like a groom's suit.
Okay.
And he was so sweet, man. I was gonna go over there because he said he had Final Fantasy VII. He was gonna let me borrow it,
Yeah.
and then he realized that he had the digital only version of it. I was like, "Oh, it's no big deal. It's fine." And he went, "Wait, I got something for you." And he opened up a package, and he bought me Final Fantasy VII. Like he went out of his way and bought it for me to give me as a gift out of
That's
nowhere.
nice.
It was like the nicest thing, and he was just so excited for me to play it.
Was he kidding about the digital thing, or he bought it?
No, he
because
really
didn't-
did. He really did have a digital, so he went and bought me a copy, which I thought was incredibly nice.
That is so nice.
Yeah,
What a sweet guy.
yeah. I
Where did he
really
buy
like
it?
that guy. I don't know.
Game Start.
But maybe, yeah. He said there was a place down the block.
Wow.
So I went there to visit and try on the suit and stuff. I biked.
How's the suit?
It looks great. It needs minimal tailoring. It really does look great. But it's got these peak lapels. I'm not sure if it's like it locks it in too much to like fancy. I'd like it to be a suit that I can wear, more often than that.
Yeah.
But we'll see. That's one option. I'm just waiting to see if any Saint Laurent comes in or anything. It's kind of fun to shop like really high end.
I put on some suits like for that museum thing I did. I had to wear a bunch of
You
suits.
wore like 10, you didn't have to. You chose to wear like 13 suits, right?
Man, a lot of suits that I've been wearing for years and years don't fit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like odd. Like I've gotten bigger.
Which direction do they not fit?
My waist. It's weird. It's like my waist and my thighs have gotten bigger. Maybe I sit down more.
Yeah, all the blood's pooling.
But I stand up all the time. Like I walk all the time. I even started wearing my Apple Watch again, just so I could
count steps.
count steps and just keep track. But the other thing is with God. Oh yeah, you didn't tell me about the angel.
It's okay. Do you have a God? I
Well,
can keep going.
Well, the thing with going on walks is you meet these people,
Sure.
both weird and normal. And we were there, and a woman had a dog. I mean, I had headphones on and was reading something and was like facing the water. And we were with the dog, and our dog was going for a stick, and I thought it belonged to her. So I took the stick and I like kind of passed it back that way. And she like turned, and I was just like, "Oh, sorry, I saw the stick and I thought it belonged to you." And she was just like, huh, right now in the Bible, I'm reading to give, offer someone the stick or something, like some Bible.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, that's strange. And she was just like, well, I appreciate it very much. And, there's signs and everything. And God is, remember, and I told you that other thing with at the coffee shop, the person was just like, and she did kind of the same thing, different person. And she was like, she was just like, God is always watching and he wants to show you signs.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I get it, God.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, another sign. All right. Will Joe edit this out of the pod? I don't really know if he smokes pot. Joe is dumb and he's got no brain.
That could be a scam bone.
What happened?
These UPS. Thank you for keeping talking. These UPS guys. I mean, it could be anyone that's just like UPS, and they could come in and like steal shit or steal bikes and whatnot. I always think about that. There's no way for me to check really.
Well,
you can go
down there with a gun.
I was biking back from Max's, and I had my little fanny pack, and I leave the front pocket open, like I guess the pocket that's like resting against my stomach. I leave that open so that I can like slide my phone in and out of there pretty easily. And I went to switch to I was listening to the Rolling Stones, and I went to switch my music to Prince, Controversy. Do you know that song?
No.
And I put on Controversy, and I continue to bike down. I'm on like I think it's Bedford, and I hear the Bluetooth kind of go out. And I'm like, oh, I guess my Bluetooth's it's like dead. And then I ride a couple blocks and I go to check my phone, and my phone's missing. I must have missed the pocket and it fell out. And it's funny. I was thinking earlier that day that I've had this phone for so many years and I never cracked the screen, And so I go back a couple blocks and I see like 3 bicyclists also coming down. I'm like, hey, did you guys see a cell phone? And they're like, this guy has it. And they point to this guy, and it was the weirdest encounter. He had like bleach blonde hair. He had a shirt that said Dancing Queen on it. And he looked like he was someone that used to go to like Max's Kansas City or Danceteria or any of these like old punk places in the 80s and like never aged out of it. He just looked kind of, maybe he's a junkie. Like he was a little weird. And he was like on my phone and kind of like talking on it. And he was like, oh, this is your phone. Yeah, I saw them pick it up. And I was like, I know that's not your phone. Let me see that. And I was just calling my mom. I was just calling my mom on it. I'm a minister, by the way. I was like, he was just like talking a lot, like too much, And he was like, I'm a minister, by the way. Anyway, pays to be honest, right? And I was talking with Max earlier. Like, I was just like, I'm too honest. I think I'm honest all the time. So he goes, pays to be honest, right? I'm like, yeah, I guess. I checked the phone. It's got a crack on it. There's no missed calls. He didn't seem to use any apps on it, which maybe he was trying to hack into the phone and like see what he could get, but he didn't call anyone from it. And he just kind of disappeared. And I was like looking through the phone. I was looking through my bank apps and my emails, my texts. Nothing was accessed. I don't think. Like, I don't even know if he could. I might have been locked. I put on Prince Controversy and I keep going. And he starts to sing. He starts to say the Our Father in the song. And like it comes on right after that. It was just a weird, What
was the religious part before the Our Father? Like that was the only thing that made it religious for you?
I mean, some of the first lyrics in the song are like,
but before the song is my point.
There was just something about the guy that was sort of like ethereal.
Okay.
But that could also be because he was a junkie. And when he says, I'm calling my mom, you think like, is that the Virgin Mary he's calling? If you want to look at it that way. And I think some of the first lyrics in Controversy are like, do I believe in God or something is like one of the first lyrics Prince says. So it was just this combination of events. I was like, oh, it's probably an angel. That's what that was.
Is that fun?
Yeah, it was fun. I was just glad to get my phone back. It was a close call, and I'm hoping that he didn't get my bank account.
I doubt it. That would be pretty fast to do it.
Yeah, I think so. But it was enough time.
How much time?
I don't know. Because I had to wait for a light. I had to bike uphill.
Your phone's not locked?
Well, it should lock automatically, but sometimes it doesn't lock if it thinks you're still holding it. So I don't know what he was able to look at on it,
Can you see what apps were most recently open?
Yeah, and it didn't seem like it was anything.
No, then you're good.
I think. But
It's probably all good. He was probably pretending to be on it so that.
that
He
was
thought-
why would you lie about calling your mom? Like, what was he doing on it? What a weird thing to say.
Maybe he was trying to pretend that he was using it like it was his.
I don't
You
know.
know.
I'm just glad the bikers pointed me to him. Because he was probably like just gonna steal it. I don't know. I don't know what was gonna happen.
Yeah, you're right. That's so you bikers got to stay together.
We bikers gotta stay together.
Yeah, that's fun. Do you have new biker friends?
Sort of. Yeah. There's a couple people I've like run into in Prospect Park that I'm friends with through Allie, and we've like met up a few times to loop the park.
Wow,
It's fun.
this is a really new hobby for you. It's
Yeah.
really changing your life. I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I approve.
You don't like when I change. I know. You'd rather keep me static. I
in
agree.
your little box.
Yeah.
Don't
Sorry,
fucking,
baby.
Don't fucking leave.
This owl's wings got to spread.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a shower. I haven't taken a shower today. I'm stinky,
I'm gonna go eat something.
but
I
I'm
did
gonna see you
shower.
later tonight.
Oh yeah. Looking forward.
I love you.
Send me that song.
I love you.
I love you too. Bye. God bless.
Bye. Love you. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Thanks for editing me.